Yeah. Okay. We barely got sleep and keep moving wild with the volume low key. Oil going up with the NASDAQ too. One of y'all lying, I don't trust you. Yeah. Flag pattern forming, kinda looks clean. 5 green candles, and you know what I mean. Trying to catch a move, but I'm staying patient. Chat talking while saying our financial statements. Yeah, missed the entry by a tick. Pain. Almost got filled again. Set the stop, bring it up, break even. Market take this, market teasing. I'm just stacking little base hits. 36 bucks, don't waste it. NQ switch stops in a rip split. You blink once, man, you miss it. We don't chase highs when we pull back. Paper hands cry, I want that back. Small size gang and we stay lit. Just stacking up these base hits. 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 Got banned on X cause of Chuck Norris clips. Didn't know they get me hit with the blitz. Now I'm sitting here like what I do wrong. While the market keeps singing its song. Chat talking about cop deed and trades. Life advice means with scalping plays. Someone so early, now to regret. Man, I should've held, yeah, we all say that. Long one micro, keep it tight. Trail that stop, protect the night. $5 green and 30 more. We ain't greedy, we've been here before. I'm just stacking little base hits. Small wins, losses, that's it. NQ 50 out, then it dips quick. In reverses, yeah, that's that trick. We don't go big, we survive this. Funded accounts, so we thrive, kid. Slow and steady, that's the mindset. Just stacking up these base hits. Yeah, just stacking up these base hits. 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 Let my daughter date him. What? That's the weirdest compliment I ever got. Got bears outside, got chickens too. Trying to trade futures while they eating food. Yeah. Stack it up, don't blow the account. One bad trade and you tapping out. Patience pays, yeah, that's legit. We ain't gamblers, we just hit and quit. NQ crazy, but we adapt quick. Stop, get swept, get it, that's that script. Stay alive, that's the real win. Then tomorrow we trade again. Alright, guys. Go base hit. We'll take that.
Good morning. Today in the news, we have 8:30 ECB interest rate, deposit rate, PPI year over year, and month over month, and core PPI, all at 8:30. Oh, also initial jobless claims. So at 8:30, I think we need to be out of trades for the day. Check on TPT. No restrictions for today. Next restriction on TPT is until Wednesday, next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Hey, good morning, Tim. Fred CPI. If anybody is dealing in the French markets. That will be coming up tomorrow. All right. This is a pretty light news day today. Will take it. Global equities recovered after a swift conclusion to the latest U.S. strikes on Iran boosted hopes that diplomatic talks could resume. Okay. U.S. forces disabled oil tanker violating blockade. U.S. forces disable oil tanker violating blockade in the Gulf of Oman. As U.S. ends its strikes against Iran, stocks rise and oil falls. That came out at 5 minutes ago. Let's actually look at the price of oil just to see. Wow. It's a big drop in oil for something that you know that is not going to last. Previous day's low on oil was 87.40. I am tempted to put a buy order there. Tim, what do you got going on this morning? Anything good? Make $1 million on an NQ trade yet? Previous day's value area lows at 28,762. Oh, excuse me. Overall, NQ has been going up. We had a little bit of a dip going back toward VWAP, but it's been staying above the second deviation band since before midnight. So, huge amount of volume, right at 28,900. And that is the working point of control. So, look at YM, see if it's being the outlier. No, YM did the exact same thing. Working point of control is about the same as it was from previous session and previous day. But trend is up. It's been above VWAP since, actually it stayed above VWAP since yesterday at 8:45. We are just above the point of control, which is 50,351. Or it's 50,313 if you're looking at the active one. But previous days was or I'm sorry, no, that's a value area high. My mistake. Value area high from or value area low from yesterday is 50,351. Working point of control is at 50,315. It's early. Being a spaz. Just fired up your charts. You had 25K to pass today, and you missed a long. There's going to be another one. I have a feeling. I also have a feeling you're going to pass that 25K eval today. I don't know for sure, but I think it's going to happen. So I just opened up my Traders Post to make sure all my accounts were active and logged into. And one of my cash account says failed. Like failed, like you would have failed a test. And it says $0. The funny part about that, and the reason why I'm laughing about it, is because my stomach just sank, and then I realized it's just not attached to it. I reconnect it, it'll probably be just fine. Hey, look at that. Back to normal now. So I don't have any accounts in drawdown now in this basket of 19, 20. We have the hour. Oh wait, no, I take that back. I do. That's the Angia Shower Long account, but that one is down by a couple grand. Oracle's earnings were higher than expected. Good for them. Anthropic's AI model calls for tighter AI safety regulations. So I heard a rumor that AI is going to start getting a lot more expensive for the average person like you or me if you use it to do things like create content or um, write code or anything like that. The only thing I've ever tried using it for is writing code and doing like a little bit of imaging stuff, but that is it. So it doesn't really affect me much. I will happily hire somebody else to do the code. But that was a rumor that I heard that AI was going to get more expensive for the average person. So SpaceX IPO is said to be more than 4 times oversubscribed. All right. People just lining up for that grift. Trump reiterates Fannie and Freddie could be worth $1 trillion. And OpenAI's Altman told the staff OpenAI is preparing to launch a tender very soon as at the current share price. That share price is $687.69. So that offer of $687 is at a valuation of $500 billion. And that is based on secondary transactions, prior secondary sales reports, and their most recent round of funding, which ended up at $850 billion. $850 billion at a post-money valuation. Sorry. Timeline is within a year. Wow. And it is named Microsoft, NVIDIA, Amazon, and SoftBank as capital partners. So that's an IPO that I'd actually be interested in. I'm not jumping on the not jumping on the Elon Musk sending big metal penises into the sky to try and impregnate a cloud. I mean, populate Mars. Seems like what the billionaires are all doing these days. Build a bunch of big metal penises and try and hump the sky. In the US, they did pass a bill to fund essentially to fund ICE through the end of Trump's term. Still no money for healthcare, human services, or anything that would actually make America great again. But ICE got a lot of money. That is taxpayer dollars. Nice going, guys. Really effed up that one, didn't you? What else we got in the news here? No, you know what? Forget it. I'm done with the news. I'll start getting pissed here in a minute. So let's look at this chart. Get out of MYM and hit MNQ. On the 15-minute, like I said, we are above VWAP and we have a whole lot of volume just around the current price. Low volume node is just below that second deviation band. So I'm going to watch for a long at the, I'm sorry, not second, the first deviation band. I am going to look for a long at the first deviation band on a pullback here. Other than that, why is my point of control line so damn thick? Okay, that's ridiculous. Change it from red so it doesn't look like a volume indicator. There we go. There's the point of control. Actually, a little bit thicker. There we go. All right. So point of control here. This is the working point of control. This is not from previous day. You want previous day, I pull up Austin's stuff and we see the point of control is 29,062.25. Value area high is at 29,115 and the previous day's high is at 29,251. Does anyone think we're going to get back up there today? Hope someone does, because I'd like to take a long and then just go for a walk. Hey, Roy. Mr. Stewart, how are you doing today? So that is it on the NQ. Get rid of Austin's indicator here because it's just too damn much on the screen right now. Anybody who knows me knows I like very, very simple, pretty much everything. Simple seems to work a lot better for me. If I have too many lines on this, I get analysis paralysis. I'll throw a fair value gap up there every once in a while, usually when Dave starts talking about them, just to see where they're at. But other than that, I'm not very fond of having a bunch of crap on my chart. So when you speed up this chart from 15 to 5 minutes, it looks a little bit more flat, but still decent uptrend. Like I said, it's been staying above that deviation band. I'm just going to put a line there so I remember when it hits it. Here's a double bottom. That's a good place for my so if it comes back down to here, most likely I'm gonna take a little long. It is pre-market, so I may not hold it for very long, but either I'll make a little bit of money or I'll lose a little money. Oh, you are up early. What is going on with you? Are you okay? Or did you just decide that you'd get a jump start on the day? This is the early riser live stream. Either everybody who wants to trade before they go to work, or people living across the pond. In which case, it's not the early morning, it's the late at night. Late in the day. If you're Angio right now, it's probably what, 7 in the evening? 6 in the evening? Now, thanks to the lovely people commenting in this live stream, I have been looking at the 15-second and the 5-second charts a lot more often. I haven't been trading at them, but I have been looking at them. Just trying to figure out the movement based on the 15 and the 10. I know somebody yesterday said that they had that they learned to trade on a 15-second chart, which I would have given up immediately if somebody tried teaching me how to trade on a chart that moves that quickly. That being said, I don't know of anyone who could teach me that, and I don't know what the what specifically I'm looking for here. So if anybody has any questions or comments about it, leave them in the chat, and I'll start looking them up, because I probably am not going to have an answer for you if you're asking questions about the 10 and the 5 and the 15-second charts. But I like doing the research, so there's that. Oh, all right. Thank you. It was me. I actually learned on the 5-second. I do not execute often. I sometimes watch for 12 hours just to take one trade. I literally took a look at the 15-second all day. Okay. And you're not a scalper. It's more for the price action. Wow. That's intense. Watching a 15-second for price action, or a 5-second for price action. What should you say? 5-second. Yeah, that's intense. Hey, good morning, Keith. Keith. It's telling the story in microseconds. Yeah, I guess it would be. That would drive me absolutely crazy if I looked at it for 12 hours. I get it though. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's why I use Bookmap. And Bookmap does pretty much the same thing. And you can set it to microseconds if you want to. But if you can read a chart if you can read a 5-second chart and actually pick up what that story is telling you, that is one hell of a skill, and I am very impressed. I'm up 600 today. I usually make between 200 and 300 today. I am only looking for a couple of trades per day, but I spend a lot of time in the charts. English Sai, that's beautiful. You're looking for $200 to $300 a day. You're up 600, and you only take a couple of trades per day. That's great. I have noticed recently I've been taking a lot more trades than I normally do. And I need to cut that crap out because it's worked out well for me over the past couple of months. But it's going to bite me in the ass soon, and I need to stop. Yeah, one day I'm going to have to get on a call with you and see what the heck it is that you're actually looking for and how to tell them what that story is in a 5-second chart. In fact, if you'd like to, one day I'll have you come on here pre-market and actually show us. I'm interested in how to read a 5-second chart and get a full story. You're currently above the point of control. Even the 1 minute was always too fast for me for entries. Always a lot of issues entering on the shorter time frames. My cousin told me about your approach and recommended that I follow you. Would love to do a Zoom with you for sure. Absolutely. And thank you. That's very kind. Yeah. Okay, let's do it one day. It'll be fun. Hey, Skeletor. Yeah. 6 people watching this. That's about I think my maximum. I don't think YouTube will let me have more than 6 people watching at any given time. Somebody actually reached out to me from YouTube the other day and told me that I have a, and I quote, face for radio. So I just kind of, I cried a little. And Dave did a whole bunch of work on the StreamYard over the past couple days. That man is much better than I am when it comes to marketing and social media stuff. I understand, and I have seen that people using social media have become very, very financially secure, using things like TikTok and YouTube, and not so much X, but TikTok and YouTube, really. And China using Redbook. but it doesn't seem real to me. And I think it might be because of my age and what I grew up with. If you would have told 15-year-old me, oh yeah, if you make videos and put them online, the more people that watch them, the more you get paid. I would have just laughed at you. That being said, when I was 15, the concept of being online was a lot different. Most people did it for work. Tim's smoking hopium again. All right, Tim, I'm not gonna try and talk you out of it, but I am gonna go through a couple of little things with you here before you throw that trade on. I'm not gonna try and talk you into it either. I'm not gonna talk you into it or out of it, but this is what I'm gonna say. We got the point of control just under us. It is in an uptrend, so yes, longs look good. We got point of control under us. It has tapped it, say 4 times. London high was made at 4:35 in the morning, New York time. We've got the previous day point of control above us and previous day's value area high above us. Those are all things to take into consideration. Previous day's value area high is at 29,115. We got point of control from previous day at 29,062.25. And London high is only 30 points above us. So I wish you would have made that decision 30 minutes ago. But I don't think it's a bad decision. I don't think it's a great decision, but I don't think it's a bad decision considering what the volume is right here and the probability of it continuing to go up slightly past London high. That being said, I'm not taking that trade. So you do whatever it is you want. This is not financial advice. That's just my take on throwing it along right there. Financial juice is starting to get irritating. The only thing on the bond market stuff here is the overnight financing and then more crap about Iran. Commodities, same thing. We got OPEC crude oil output averaging 33.13 million barrels per day in May of 2026. That's down 190,000 barrels per day from April, led by a drop in Iranian oil. Yeah. Ooh, oil demand forecast has dropped to 90,000, 970,000 barrels per day. Previous forecast was 1.17 million barrels per day. Now watch, I said that Tim's gonna take a long here, and I know he's gonna go to work and leave this long going. And at some point while he's at work, he's gonna close it out at an all-time high. And promptly quit his job. But before he walks out, he will purchase all of the little chicks. You agree with the 30-minute ago statement about your trade leaving a long on? It's got a decent probability of going up, but it's not the kind of trade that I'm going to get into. Is that what we're talking about? Or about billionaires trying to impregnate the sky with big metal penises that they're making? Because that seems to. Skeletor. Good luck, Tim. I don't think he's doing it, but Tim never puts in, I think I'm going to take a long here and then does it. Tim just comes in with, took a long at 891. 3 minutes later, took profit at 29.16. That's how Tim rolls. I should have entered long 30 minutes ago. Oh, not the statement I made 30 minutes ago. You should have entered 30 minutes ago. Great. That makes much more sense. Yeah, right off that deviation band. Which, you know what? I'm willing to wait until it pulls back to that. It's not like I got a whole hell of a lot going on here in the morning. Yeah, I just got coffee to make. That face. Ooh, this could be a pullback starting, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna look for pullbacks back to that point of control. I know I just said point of control, and I realized when I said that I'm an idiot. It's not the point of control. It's the +1 deviation band. Forgive me, guys. It's early. Didn't sleep well, as per usual. To see also if we have Here's the midnight price. Midnight price is at 28,741. And that lines up with previous day's point of control. That was the active point of control all day yesterday, or for the day yesterday. Now, what I'm more interested in at the moment I'm going to say Wednesday's session ended right here, 28,474, say approximately. We have a current price of 895. That's a 420 something, 400. Yeah, 420 something points. So 420 points is not a huge amount for NQ. Now I'm going to go over to Edgefull here. I'm going to look at the gap down fill percentage. 62% of the time, gap gets filled for a gap down. 55% gets filled for a gap up, 62% filled for a gap down. And out of the last 5 gap ups, three of them have filled. I change this to not 6 months. I want a 3-month view of this, see if it changes. It's about 50-50 over the past 3 months for gap up fills. It says MNQ gap fill, gap ups are 52% filled and gap downs are 50% filled. 4 out of the 5 last gap ups have been filled, and 3 out of the last 5 gaps down have been filled. Getting tongue-tied over here. And I'm going to check the last month. 67% up is filled and 60% down is filled. So the shorter the time frame, the higher that number goes, it seems. See what's in play today. All right. Sorry, trying to set this up here. So we have NQ for what's in play today. Now, I don't use Edgefull very often. I look at it just as a reference, but I don't use it to really make most of my decisions. All right, NQ. What's going on here? Inside bars that opened within yesterday's range. Inside bar setup. This actually does not look right to me. Give me 1 second here. Do you want to just compare this to no, it is correct. Sorry. ICT opening retracement by weekday. Open above midnight price. Reversal to midnight price on a Thursday. According to I Can't Trade opening retracement, 79% reversal. Opening candle continuation by, oh no, I'm sorry, that's ES. I want to see NQ only. For some reason, this is not letting me filter out all the other nonsense. %83 chance of opening within yesterday's range, with an inside bar setup. This is a lot of ICT nonsense in this, and I am not a fan. So we have a 63% continuation chance if the first candle is green. And that's a first 1 hour candle. That would not be a continuation from a 5-minute or a 15-minute. That is a 1 hour first 1 hour candle continuation. So if anybody is using Edgeful, make sure you pay attention to that stuff. Yeah, I really need to filter out all this ICT bullshit from the from my Edgeful. I don't think Tim actually went long. Maybe he did, but we shall see. Yes, I've had it for forever, so my subscription is actually excessively cheap. the same price that it has been for, I can't even remember how long ago I got it. I do. Excuse me. I do know that their prices have gone up. So if you're looking to get edgeful, I think well, if you're thinking about getting edgeful, let me know. I will find out what James's discount code is. Help you get a discount. Help James get paid. I'm talking about James Burst from South Africa. If you don't know who that is, you should. If for no other reason than to experience one of the most pleasing laughs you will ever hear in your life. That dude has got the most genuine, happy laugh I think I have ever heard. And he's always smiling and laughing. So, life of a day trader. He is also the most profitable trader in South Africa. So, like, out of 50 guys day trading, he's the best. That was just a joke if anyone is here from South Africa. Somebody got really mad at me one day on a James's live stream. He was doing the ASFX stream all by his lonesome one day because Evan and Austin were doing something else. This is a long time ago. And he was talking about South Africa and there's electricity going out. And I just made a joke about his house being propped up with branches and having to use a bucket for a toilet. And somebody in that stream got really, really mad and decided to explain to me how South Africa was not like that. There were very affluent parts of South Africa, and it is not just clapboard shacks and people pooping in holes. And continued to tell me this. And the only response that I had was, yeah, I know all this. I was making a joke toward James. So if you ever get real upset about something, just take a step back and look at the big picture. I don't know what the hell that was, but I'm thinking it may have been news. I don't have my Trump tracker up right now, so no, we had Trump going on about transgender mutilation surgery for our children. Like that actually happens. Fucking retard. No men in women's sports, no mail-in ballots. Oh, you want to make it harder for people to vote. Great. All voters must show photo identification. The Save America Act. You're not saving shit, pal. Pass all $350 billion and the Save America Act to secure the nation for our children and grandchildren. I'm sure he consulted some young people when he decided that as well. This is a generational investment in our military, even bigger than President Reagan's Recon 3.0. It's the only path to the full $1.5 trillion military budget for our warriors that they need in order to build the arsenal of free. Jesus fucking Christ, this guy is dumber than a bag of hammers. So that's what's happening in the news as of 7:25. I've got rapid response stuff from the. Oh, great. Now he says that we're going to be. Here we go. 3 minutes ago. The United States will be hitting Iran, whose Navy, Air Force, radar, anti-aircraft, and other forms of defense, together with most of its offensive capability, are gone. Very hard to night. Why is this just now showing up? 6:22 a.m. This was 2 hours ago. Sorry. Yeah, I got nothing here. I don't know, Jeff. I'm not sure. I just looked at my little Trump tracker to see if he said anything stupid or bombed something. And I mean, yes and yes, but nothing that would affect NQ like that. So, Tim, you were talking about going into a long. I was kind of with you. We both would have got smoked. So, I don't mind the idea of a long at VWAP, but I want to know what the hell just caused 200 point or 150 point drop in NQ. So they got smoked on that one. Hey, good morning, GCX. I don't know what it was, but I made 290 on my short. Are you serious? Hmm. Oh my God, I think I might be the biggest dummy on the planet right now. US PPI is about to come out. Maybe that's, and the initial jobless claims are about to come out. Core PPI is at 4.9. Forecast was 5.4. Jobless claims actual was 229,000. Forecast was 220. Jobless claims is at 1.795 million. Canadian building permits, month over month actual is negative 7.6. Forecast was negative 3.9. Canadians have never been very good at estimating. It's just a joke, Dave. Dave's not here, but his dad is, so it's just a joke, Mr. Stewart. Skeletor's not trading until these numbers come out. Wow, some people got into shorts there and did pretty damn well. Yeah, Tim Korth making 290 bucks. Keith 500 on a short. Yeah. Still still feeling a little bit more on the bullish side here. Look to the left. Yeah. We did pass through all of the high volume nodes, and now we're getting into very low volume territory. Heading back toward VWAP. And trying to be patient. But overall, the trend is still pretty up. All the indicators say it's mixed, but if you just put it on a 15 and look to the left, if you're planning on taking a higher time frame trade. If you put it on the 1, that's a giant drop. It's all about perspective. Are you planning on holding the trade all day, or are you planning on holding it for a few seconds and cutting out? You're planning on holding it all day. Find a good entry point. Go get breakfast. Do something. Put a stop loss in. You're planning on holding it for a few seconds. Watch the price action and the movement. Bottom of that candle is at the daily pivot point. That was at 8:31. I don't think that pivot point worked. Projection off of VWAP, I just put in a single micro for a long. Technically, I should have waited a little bit longer for that one. Or Dave. Yeah, just picking on Dave a little. When he's not here and can't defend himself. That's kind of a jerk move on my part. I'm sorry. I'll make it up to him somehow. Skeletor's green for the day. Tim's heading to work. Congratulations, guys. I think you're both green on the day. Skeletor said he took 500. Oh no, that was Keith. Tim and Keith are the ones that are real green today. I do love that Tim comes in here, makes a couple $100 and then just goes to work. And usually makes a couple $100 extra on the charts while he's at work. That always makes me chuckle. NQ on the book map right now. Excuse me, MNQ on the book map right now. Not showing a whole heck of a lot of orders. We got actually pretty light amount of orders resting. We do have $35 at 740, 29 at 730. We got 19 at, oh, so those orders at 740 came off. There's 1920 there now. there's not a whole lot on MNQ. I am going to load up NQ just to see if there's a difference in order size. Not by much. There's not really a lot of orders on NQ either. So I think I'm green on this trade right now. Yep, up 50 bucks. I'm just going to let this go for the time being. It is now 8:39. I have a stop loss in at 40 points, which technically was too tight for this trade. I should have actually, you know what? I'm not going to. I'm going to do a break even +2 because why not? So technically I should have had an 80-point stop loss on that, but it was going up off of VWAP. I was okay with leaving it at 40. I do have a take profit set at 200 points. If it goes up 200 points, yeah, I'm okay with that. With taking profits there is what I'm okay with, which would be just under this second deviation band. So that would be a great place for me to get out anyway. And also that is a very low volume area up here. If it passes through this active point of control, goes through these high volume nodes and hits this low volume node up here, I want to be out anyway. Especially with how the price action is right now, there's a higher chance of it coming back and bouncing down off of this rather than just blowing through it until New York. Higher chance doesn't mean it won't happen, but nobody ever went broke taking profits. Heard somebody say that once or twice. You're off today and get to trade a little longer? Nice. Was already in that short at 890 and had my TP at 840. It blew right past it. It happens sometimes. Did it pick up your take profit or did it just leave it behind? And if you had slippage, I hope it was in your favor. Points, not ticks. Gave you a bit more than your TP. All right, at least the slippage was in your favor. That's always nice. I have to move over here. It's getting ridiculously hot on my back. Prices at or near the previous day's highs and lows. $750 NQ level. Take a quick look here. So previous day value area low is 727. London low, yeah, that was hit just a little bit ago. This is 845, so there's the chance some volatility will come in here. I'm just going to hit my break even +2. Cover costs and commissions. If this goes up, then great. I'm up a couple of points right now, so a little bit more than a couple. I'm only trading 1 micro right now. I don't see any point in throwing any more size on this. It is, we've still got half an hour before we're really going to get any volume in here, and we got 45 minutes until market New York opens. So so 1 micro is more than enough for me. If I make $100, that's $100 I didn't have this morning when I woke up. Hell, if I make $30, that's $30 I didn't have when I woke up. So London high of day is at 28,935. One-hour chart, this doesn't look great for longs. $670 looks like a level to trade to. Pull me out of that long. Oh, I moved my. So I am currently in a long with 2 contracts on NQ. This is interesting. I'm not sure how those didn't get closed out. So across 1, 2, 3 accounts. So the rest of these 20 accounts, I'm up 40 bucks. And by happy accident, I'm up 207 in 3 of them. I'm happy about the number, not happy about why I have that number though. That's I need a couple seconds to fix this here. Yeah, this is kind of strange. You oh, disconnected again. Huh. Weird. So if you look at these are Apex accounts that are up 230 or 260, 280 bucks. Hmm. So in all honesty, those two are just turning into a longer time frame trade. It's valid off of this VWAP rejection. It's bounced up off it. I'm looking at London highs. I'm not going to be upset about being in a decent trade. It's what I was thinking anyway, but I like scalping pre-market more than holding on to anything unless there's a lot of volume. So, but it is a valid trade. I'm just going to stay in it and enjoy it. Must be nice. You just wake up and make 400 bucks in 45 minutes. You are correct. I don't know if you're correct, but we have the same thought. Skeletor, you and I are thinking the same, but I can't say that's correct or accurate because, I mean, who knows? I fully admit I'm kind of a dummy, so you may be too. Are we having more trade debate issues today? Doesn't look like it. All right, so trade debate is up and running for Apex. All right, Tradeify is also working, so is Take Profit Trader. So it looks like those issues with trade debate from yesterday are all cleared up. Skeletor, I am still learning every day, making progress on my trading journey. You and me both. I feel like I have so much to learn and not enough time to learn it. Getting a little bit of a pullback after almost touching this +1 deviation band. We're still under the point of control. Now, price did spend quite a bit of time up at 28,900, so I'm expecting price to get back up to 28,900. Oh, I'm sorry, 890. Because it spent so much time up there this morning, and that's where all because it spent so much time up there, that's where all the volume is. That is where I'm expecting it to go. Whether or not that happens, we shall see. But I want to see what it does off this deviation band first before I enter another long. I've got 2 contracts in on 3 accounts right now, and those are up relatively heavy. The other 18 accounts that I'm trading today will just be a scalp up to that level. All of my trades are going to be, for the time being, longs until I make sure that I am canceled out of everything. If you ever end up having a trade, and this is why you should always check, if you ever end up having a trade that doesn't close out or doesn't get picked up, make sure that if it doesn't close out and you decide to hold it, make sure that your next trade is in the same direction because you will lose accounts for cross trading. If you have 1 long and 1 short in the same prop firm on 2 separate accounts, you just lost 2 accounts. So that is something you have to be mindful of. Should be managing this on the 1, but I haven't really been managing this trade. My entry is down here. My add-in was here. It didn't pick up my my exits, so sorry, I'm going a little silent here. So both of those contracts, my average fill price. Now, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but my average fill price is 729. So right at the previous day's value area low. Again, I'm okay with that, but I have no idea what just happened. Later today, I will be going over my individual trades from the pre-market to see what entered and what exited, and make sure that I don't end up in an accidental trade that I don't know about for 10 minutes. Again, I'd rather know about them. All right. Still up over 200 on 3 accounts, so $600 for a morning sounds nice to me. It's more money than I'd make digging ditches. Nick looking like an angel right now with the light shining. Thanks, sweetheart. That's very kind of you, Czar. Gonna see me really look like an angel? And there we go. I do have a halo today. I won't do that again. We're getting a pullback here. Still not huge, but pullback nonetheless. All right. Oh, Skeletor, you're so sweet. Yeah, I'm no angel. Honestly, I couldn't be an angel. I'm not that much of a jerk. You ever read the Bible? You ever see an angel? Run. I mean, you're not going to make it. You're going to be dead. But if you've actually read the Bible, you know that angels are not the little fat children with wings that everybody talks about. Little Renaissance paintings with fat kids with wings and little arrows, little cherubim. They will, on the other hand, destroy entire civilizations and be the bearer of bad news. Now, I have my stop loss set and I'm still in profit here. Lost a little bit of it, about 40% actually. It's more than a little bit. But I am still willing to hold this for a little bit longer. Not honestly not seeing a reason to really get out of this trade. Anybody in anything? Yeah, I'm still long to 2 micros on NQ. And if you give me a second, I'll tell you my entry price. I just don't know. Average entry price 28,730. $28,730, 75. Skeletor's still flat. Anybody else feeling flat right now? It seems like everyone has an algo right now. Edgefulls, I just accidentally clicked on their little algo thing when I was trying to get back to the what's in play. And yeah, you can sign up for 8 fully automated strategies built on Edgefulls data. You can backtest, customize, connect your broker, and let the algo handle the rest. I'd be really curious as to what data they're using in their strategies. And what types of strategies they have. Only because I'm like 50% discretionary. So I'd be curious as to if they're using like ICT specifically for one, or using opening range breakouts, or initial balance. First 3-minute candle trades, things like that. I don't, but I'm not signing up for it and paying for it just to find out. It's not like I'm going to use it anyway. Good morning, David. Oh, it is about that time, isn't it? going to be switching over here shortly, getting into the stream with Dave. It is 9:15 a.m. I am going to be moving to a place with a little more air conditioning and a little less angelic sunlight. And I'll let you know how that long NQ is going right when I get back. I'm hoping it's up at the previous day value area high when I get back out with Dave. But for now, I will see you all in about 15 minutes or so.